Jenny Hoyos made this YouTube short that got 160 million views using a strategy that she perfected by creating over 150 videos over the last 2 years. So today I sat down with her and she's going to break down exactly how she did this and how you can do it for yourself too. I'm here with Jenny Hoyos. We're going to be talking about shorts today and her short strategy and all the things that she's been doing with her channel. I want to start with going through just one of her, actually her most viral video ever, about 160 million views. I built a secret room with $0. So first off, why don't you start by just telling me like how you came up with the idea and the sort of concept behind the video before you decided to make it?
Yeah, so whenever I'm coming up with ideas, I'm always looking for trending topics or things that are already outliers on YouTube. And I already knew that secret rooms were destroying it on YouTube. Like, secret rooms always blow up. And I didn't want to make the video for the longest time because I thought it was cringe. But I started getting a lot more views when I realized, like, it doesn't matter if I'm cringe, it doesn't matter what people think, and it doesn't matter if I know I'm being cringe if I'm getting views, honestly. So I decided to make the video anyway, and I wanted to add my unique twist to it by making the room on a budget, since at the time that's what my niche was about, like doing things on a budget. So that's how I came up with that idea.
Yeah, I think that's a really great way, just like looking at trends on YouTube and seeing what's doing well for other creators and then doing that with your format that you know you can excel with.
Exactly.
Sure. So let's go through the actual video itself. Start with maybe the hook.
Secret room with $0.
There's a whole room in here. What are you doing? You're destroying the house.
What?
So how did you come up with this hook and what did you try to accomplish like with your shorts hooks in general?
In all my hooks, I always have a 3-step formula. For one, I want there to be immediate shock. And in this video, we had immediate shock with me breaking a literal hole in the wall. And then the second thing is I established expectations of the video. And I did that by simply saying what we're gonna do in the most concise way as possible. I'm building a secret room with $0.
I'm building a secret room with $0.
And then after that, we had immediate conflict as well with my mom getting mad at me.
What are you doing? You're destroying the house.
What? To also show more expectations of the video of that we are going to tell a story and there's something more than just me building this room. And we followed that up with the third thing, which is giving a reason to watch until the end. We did that by showing a blurred image of what the secret room was going to look like, but it wasn't too blurred that you couldn't see that it wasn't cool. It was just blurred enough to see like it's going to look cool, if that makes sense.
So how important would you say shorts hooks are to the performance of the video?
Oh my goodness. Hooks are the most important thing for me. I think it's the most important thing because if you have a really good hook, again, it's not only gonna stop people like from scrolling, like this is what actually catches people's attention. If you don't have a good hook, then the rest of the video doesn't matter. So not only is it important for getting people onto the video, but the hook is what gets people to watch until the end. The hook is what gets people invested.
Do you know what percentage of your views are coming from like the actual shorts feed versus people clicking on it?
99% of views.
Yeah. So it's really all about like getting people to stop scrolling through the shorts feed and then getting them to watch. And especially I think the element of including something in the hook that makes people watch to the end is really powerful. And that's something I think a lot of shorts creators aren't really doing. A lot of people just know, of course you want to do a good hook, but including that element that gets people to watch to the end is really powerful.
You have to, yeah.
So after the hook is over, where do you go after the hook is done in terms of just progressing the content and the storytelling?
I'm trying to think how to word this. Okay, so right after the hook, we just got right into the content with me already making the room. And we wanted every single next thing to happen to have a significant amount of progression. And in between the next steps and different things that happen, we also did more rehooks throughout the video. So the next thing we did was I covered the walls. So that's like immediately there's something completely different, like that's visually shown. And then right after I do that, I tell the viewers again, oh, I'm building a secret room with $0. And then we get to the next thing and we keep just building on it with more rehooks in between.
So do you think it's important to start action like right away after the hook, or do you ever have shorts where you have the hook and then it's a little bit slower?
Oh, the action needs to be as soon as possible. In fact, the action is so slow on this video. Like ideally, the action is in the hook. So I have videos where the hook is the action, or I'm already doing like step one. Well, technically there is some form of action, but because I had the reason to watch to the end was a little bit longer, it kind of delayed the next course of action. So now what we actually do is we like to do a lot of question hooks, which can tell us not only what the video is about, but also what's going to happen at the end in the same line. I don't know if that makes sense, but in this video, like it's 2 different lines because you have to say what you're doing, what to watch until the end. But with a question, it's already telling you what's going to happen at the end and what you're doing.
Okay, let's go to the next part of the video.
I'm using wrapping paper for the walls because my budget
It's just a bunch of progression and rehooks the whole time.
Yeah, so here you have like some conflict of like you ran out of wrapping paper and you have to go get some more. So there's a little bit of like problems come up, but then you kind of solve them.
Yeah, it's
really
usually
quick,
just
but-
cause, effect, rehook, cause, effect, rehook, cause, effect, rehook. So many rehooks. There's like 6 in here.
Yeah. And real quick, if you want more help taking your skills to the next level as a creator, I just finished completely updating and overhauling our free YouTube Creator Bootcamp, where I'll take you through step by step the best way to grow a YouTube channel from zero, even if you've never made videos before or don't know what to create. And in that bootcamp, we go super in depth, and I also give out a ton of extra free bonuses like a free mini thumbnail course and some extra free training sent to your email. Again, you can check that out completely for free at the link in the description, and back to the video. Before you get to the ending of the video, what do you do to kind of build up to that final moment in the video?
Yeah, so we always have that one open loop. In this case, we had the room completely blurred, and as we were getting to the end, we showed less of the room so the viewer had less an idea of what it actually looked like. So as we're building up to the end, we like to give viewers a little bit, and then what they were actually waiting for, we just completely give it to them at the end, and that's the very last thing that they see.
Yeah. And then we'll go through the ending
So
here.
no one can find it. Then I got popcorn to enjoy watching.
I love this
YouTube
ending
in
so
secret.
much.
It looks so nice.
Yes. Okay, I love, yeah, another thing that I love about the ending as well is not only did we close the loop of, in the beginning we showed the blurred room, and at the end we showed the same shot but not blurred. And on top of that, we even had my mom come back in the video to close like a separate loop that was like unintentionally opened, that now because we closed the loop that people didn't even know was open, it lets people rewatch the video. It gives them new context, new information for them to rewatch. And the reason why this video is doing so well is because of that. This is one of our only videos. Actually, this is the only video on my channel that has a average view per viewer of 1.4. My other videos on average have 1.2. And average view per viewer is just like basically how strong your rewatchability is.
Yeah, so that means the average person who watched this video watched it 1.4 times.
Exactly.
Versus watching it 1.2 times on average. So there's just a lot of, obviously someone can't watch a video 1.4 times, but that's the average. So you get a lot of people watching twice or even more.
Exactly.
So when you're like opening loops in video, what does that mean and how do you design that for your content?
Yeah, so in every video, I always have a problem that needs to be resolved or a question that needs to be answered. So opening a loop is basically showing what that question is or showing what that problem is, and you close it once you get the solution or the answer.
I think that makes sense. So when you're designing your loops and like the problem solving, is there any sort of elements that you like to put in that you find are a little bit more entertaining than others?
Yeah, I like to just sprinkle jokes throughout, but we like to make the jokes not, like when we do it, we like to use a lot of jokes to make it entertaining, but we also don't, we're very weary on the jokes that we use though. So it needs to be relevant to the content. It has to be very broadly appealing, and it needs to like be so seamless so it doesn't have any segmentation loss. So a lot of the times with videos, you can tell that there's like different things and different sections of the video where it almost feels like you can like leave at different parts because there's multiple payoffs. So you almost want it to be like there are just like mini payoffs and not enough of a payoff for you to leave, if that makes sense. There's a lot of little things like that.
So let's talk more about the endings of your shorts, because I think from the shorts creators that I've seen, I think your endings in your shorts are really outstanding and contributes
Oh, thank you so much.
Contributes to your performance a lot. So we talked about this video, but let's talk about your endings of videos in general. What do you generally try to accomplish with the ending of a short, and how do you think about designing the endings?
Yeah, so the goal with the endings are to get people to rewatch the video. So we want to keep the endings as tight as possible, and we want it to be the payoff and cut the video immediately. Because if we let it run on a little bit longer, you lose people, and if you lose people in the end, then that means there's less people who are rewatching the video. So we not only want to cut it as soon as there's the payoff, as soon as the question is answered or the problem is resolved, we want to end the video immediately, but we also want to end it on a note that gives people new context for them to rewatch, or maybe even a laugh, so that when they rewatch it, it gives them a little hit. Or even also, we want to keep in mind the shot selections that you're using at the end and the beginning, or what you're even saying. Because we have videos where we would accidentally say the same thing at the end and in the hook, which actually hurts rewatchability.
I especially noticed that you do a lot of endings. It's just like a really funny joke.
Yeah.
And it's like, it just gets me, like I'm just sitting there watching this short and I'm just laughing so hard that I haven't even realized another 15 seconds has passed. And I've watched the whole video again a second time.
That's the goal.
I think it's a really, really great way to end videos. And especially with shorts, like kind of give some more elaboration on the idea of like an abrupt ending. I think that's so powerful and really important. So would you expand more on that point?
Yeah, so we want the endings to be abrupt, but we still want it to feel like a good payoff. Like we still want the viewer to laugh, But we like to do a lot of twists in a video. So for example, I had a video where I was trying to break an unbreakable glass, and the whole video I was doing different methods, and this thing wasn't breaking. And then at the end, I just go, this thing doesn't break, and I smash it on my mom's head, and it just like smashes. And that was actually breakaway glass, so it wasn't the unbreakable cup. But like it's stuff like that where like people were like, oh my goodness, I did not think she was gonna hit it on her mom's head. Like, and the fact that it actually broke, it's such a weird, funny twist that still closes the video. We want the ending to act as a joke, but also answer the problem and close the loop all at the same time in one line. And that is the perfect ending.
Yeah, I noticed one thing you do with your jokes in the endings a lot, especially, is like subverting expectations.
Yes.
So like the video we just showed, for example, like the whole concept is about it's a secret room, and then at the end your mom's just chilling in there hanging out.
Exactly, and originally she was mad, and now she like loves it. So we also had character development, and we have a couple of videos where we have character development as well, and that really helps with retention, so the video doesn't feel as stagnant, especially when a lot of videos there can be repetitive things. So we want to progress with repetition.
Yeah, and I think like the whole doing the jokes around the concept of the video, like you set up the expectations at the start of the video, and then the jokes like almost throw those expectations out the window while at the same time still solving them. It's really entertaining, I think, for sure.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, that's the goal.
This has been an interview with Jenny. I think it's just actually really outstanding, like just amazing information. Thank you so much for being here. Anything you want to shout out, or just where can people find you at?
Yeah, so you can check out my channel, Jenny Hoyos, and if you want to work together, email team@jennyhoyos.com. I'm helping brands, creators, anyone to help grow their channel, or products, brands, anything. I would love to work together.